Hey guys, quick intro. I go into the intro that I want to talk about in the beginning of this video. Just know that we are going to do some gameplay today and some kind of brief introduction of what we're going to be starting on this channel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video and enjoy your time here. Quick shout out to 4 people that showed up on my notifications. I know it says 9 people subscribed, which, oh my god guys, you were amazing. But the 4 that showed up on my notifications are Brickman409, Josh Lorimer, Princess Susia Langua, and Nick Lee. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. If you aren't on the lists that show up, comment so I can give you guys a shout out next time. You guys are what's making the channel successful and growing, so I appreciate it. Anyway, enjoy the video.
Okay guys, what is up? I've already done an intro for this. This is going to be our first video dealing with Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced gameplay. Now, if we're going to be dissecting this and we're going to be recreating it ourselves from the ground up using the same systems, we are going to need to know everything we can about this game. We're going to need to know, like, dissect it piece by piece. And so I'm going to do a video for each individual piece. We're going to do a video for gameplay, just playing through a level. We're then going to do a video on the scripting, a video on the mapping out the level, video on the characters, video for making character sheets for the characters, getting some references, maybe updating the art to fit what we're trying to go for, and then we'll have a video on like making the map in Maya. We'll have a video on making like a list of art assets that we need, and from there we'll get a video on programming different parts of it. So we're gonna have a lot of things going on. I want to make this very digestible. Sorry, very digestible, very small. So that people can get just what they want out of the experience. So, without further ado, let's play this classic game. Eventually we'll get to the menus and stuff, and we'll figure something out with that. So, we're going to want a new game. Alright, so right off the bat, we're starting in a map. It's looking cool. It's a very quaint country town. Some animation, some kids playing snowballs. So I took a break there just to make sure that the audio settings are right. So we've got a character here, and we'll look up his name when we get to that, and it's got some text here. We'll make a script for that sort of thing. Oh man, why do I get stuck on the weak team? We're just gonna lose. Where's the fun in that? Already we've got some drama. Hey Mute, where's your little bear today? And Mute obviously is a main character. He didn't want his precious bear to get wet in the snow. Aw, did your mommy give you that bear? What's your problem, new kid? Leave him alone, he's not gonna say anything anyway. He's like a little girl. Hey, that's gender discrimination. And I know some little girls who can kick your butt. It's true. No, Ritz, what's your problem? You don't want to be on that team, right? How about we switch? What? Would that be better? Let's start already. Alright, so speak up, tell him your name at least. You can't be the new kid forever. Alright, so obviously we're gonna add our name here as Soren. For those of you interested, I am using an emulator, but I have multiple copies of this game, so if you're one of those people that's like, Soren, you're not playing on a legitimate copy. Whatever. Alright. Cool. Sorry, Soren. Oh, it's fine, my bro. You don't have to apologize. You haven't done anything wrong. Mute's obviously kind of shy. Okay, we're ready to go. So this is more of a tutorial than anything. Like, we're not in the heat of the moment yet, but games like this that have a lot of rules, a lot of movement, require us to have tutorials. So let's get the snowball fight started, right? something this game has is a judge, which is a little bit different than the War of the Lions version of this game, where it's kind of free for all, you do whatever you want. But there are rules. Gotten used to the snow in St. Ivolis yet? It's much warmer where you're from, isn't it? Yes, sir. It never snowed. This is practically my first snowball fight. Really? Let's give you some pointers. Reds, could you help us out? So yeah, we're gonna get some rules. All this scripting we're gonna make a video on to make sure we have it all down. Yes, Mr. Leslie. Kids with the highest speed move first. So there's a speed mechanic we're gonna keep in mind. Once your turn comes around, first you have to move. You can only go a set distance, so think first, then move. When the menu isn't up, press the B button to see your move range. You can redo a move as many times as you want, but once you hit confirm, you're done. So we're going to want to keep in mind that that kind of system works really well. So when we make our game, that's going to be something we want to keep in mind. Okay, now that you're in position, you can throw a snowball. Okay, choose snowball from the action menu. Action menu is a very common JRPG element. It's also very popular in Final Fantasy games because it allows you to have more player agency in your combat. The green colored panels show your throwing range. Now choose where you want to aim within that range. So having an algorithm to decide what your throwing range would be really good. Different weapons could have different ranges. No one from the other team is in range, just wait. Waiting makes your next turn come around quicker. Interesting. So it adds speed to your next motion. Okay, here goes. Once you've thrown, you have to choose a facing direction, and that's a mechanic that's unique to kind of tactical games. Is you have accuracy based on what direction your target is facing, so we'll want to keep that in mind. Once you've chosen a facing, your turn ends. Understand? Repeat lesson? No. Okay, so we're going to want to make that a little more clear because that seemed weird. They asked if it was clear, and I had to say no. That's awkward. We don't want that. Not if we can help it. So I think so. Thanks, Ritz. Let's get back to the snowball fight then. Good luck, Soren. Thanks. Alright, commands. Read the commands, press select. Alright, so we got Ritz here, and obviously we've got our stats on the bottom left. Our menu on the right, we've got move, we got some actions we can do, we got wait, we can check her status for her gear and whatnot. And we'll go over more of that when we talk about, what needs to be done here. So this is a snowball fight, and so we want to put range. We don't want to get up right next to someone, because we don't need to be. We put ourselves at a disadvantage. We're too close. Now, obviously, in this tutorial, we're not meant to win, because if you've ever played the game, they have like 4 or 5 times our stats, and everyone on the enemy team wants to beat the crap out of Mute. They don't actually care about anyone else. I don't think it's possible to down one of them before Mute goes down. I think he only has 8 health. So that sort of gives this feeling of inevitability to the battle that otherwise wouldn't be there. Just trick the throwing snowballs too. It's easier to hit someone from the side or behind. Yeah, the flanking mechanic. Think about which way your opponent is facing when you move. Yep. And so when we make our, when we work on our remake of this at the, we're going to want to keep that in mind as a variable. You want to keep track of where people are facing so that you can get better accuracy based on what direction they're facing. Like I said, it doesn't really matter where we move our other guys because we are just going to watch Mute take it. Yeah, see, their weakest character is Kim. She has 14 health. Like, the chances of us taking her down are slim to none. So we're going to want to keep in mind some of the fun art assets as we go through. I don't want these fences. We're going to want to dissect what it would take to make some of these work, these houses. We're going to want to figure out how realistic do we really want these to be. We're probably going to look at some tutorials on how to do things effectively. And when we do that, I'm probably going to watch the tutorial and kind of give a review, like a summary, based on my experience, and give links and all that crap so you guys can follow along with me. Hey, no running away, Mute. That's what Mute does best. Ha ha ha. Dot dot dot. Yeah, so there's no way to actually like do anything in this fight. We just have to watch as Mute takes it, which is really sad. You two stop it. What? We're not breaking any rules. Sure, you've been aiming at Mute this whole time. You okay, Mute? Yeah, I'm fine. See, he says he's fine, so what's the problem? He knows you'd pick on him worse if you said anything else. Ow. Mute, your forehead is bleeding. Huh? There was a rock in that snowball. Hey, I didn't throw any rocks. It's Mute's fault for being so lame. He's an easy target, and we've got to get points, right? So the end justifies the means. You guys are horrible. Whatever you say, whitey locks. Oof. So already, and this is something that Final Fantasy games do really well, is we are already, like, we're already introduced to a bunch of narrative aspects that are going to come up later. Ritz's white hair, Mute's, like, soft-spokenness, March's, the main character's kind of feeling of I need to protect people. We know you dye your hair because it's really all white. Yeah, it's like an old grandma. Haha, little prissy grandma. Damn. Step over here and say that again. And then now the judge comes in, or in this case the teacher. Children behave. The snowball fight is over. Lyle, Colin, Guinness, I want you to come with me. Mute, how's your forehead? It's okay, I'm fine, really. That's it for class today. The rest of you can go home. Thank you. I can't stand bullies who pick on little kids, those jerks. So Soren, what are you doing after this? Huh? Why? I was going to go buy this book, and I was wondering if you wanted to come along. Sorry, I can't. My little brother's getting out of the hospital today. Hospital? Was he sick? No, it's something he was born with. We have to take him to the hospital every now and then. Wow, that's rough. What kind of book are you going to buy? It's about monsters and magic and stuff like that. Why don't you bring it over to my house? I'm sure Doan, my brother, would love to see it. Well, if you're sure, it's okay. Absolutely. Why don't you come too, Ritz? Me? Gee, I guess I don't have any other plans. Okay. Great, you two know where my house is. It's the yellow house, right? The only yellow house. I'll come over as soon as I buy that book. I'll be waiting. Okay, so we now want to pause. Pause. So that'll be our game to slot 1. Okay, so that'll be our first episode. So yeah, we'll go from there.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that first video. We are done with the tutorial level. At least for gameplay wise. The next few videos are going to be dissecting things. I'm going to put up a list on the website. I'm going to have a link to the website. I'm going to be like logging things and like kind of talk about what order I want the videos to go in as we progress. So we're going to be doing a lot of these. We're going to be doing a lot of dissecting, a lot of different videos. But if I do everything in an order, you guys know when to expect videos to come out, and so if you care about one aspect or another more than the other ones, you can plan to have a video out. Obviously, I'd love you guys to have all of my videos active, but, you know, we'll see. In the meantime, I hope you've had a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed our first video in this series of dissecting so that we can design and create our own Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced version in a more modern graphical style. And then ultimately take these skills we learned from this and turn it into our own tactical game of my own design. So I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you have any comments, concerns, suggestions, leave them in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, the normal YouTube biz. If we can get this into like an actual series and people actually like it, we could see this become a reality. Right now it's just a hobby. Right now it's just building a portfolio, but who knows? This could go somewhere. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. I've said that 3 times now. Yay, social anxiety. And yeah, this has been Soren Says. Have a good one.